Hello everyone. Today here we are going to see some problems related with graphs. Let us start with question number 1. Toby and William cycled into town. Their journeys are shown on the travel graph. For how many minutes did Toby stop on his journey into town? Okay. So now let us see Toby. As we can see here, Toby this is Toby. Okay, so Toby is starting at 10. Now as time is increasing, his distance is also increasing. Now at this point we can see that he is now at a distance of 2 kilometer. Now from time 10:08 to time 10:14 we can see that distance is not changing. Okay, as distance is not changing, what we can say that he is at rest, he is not moving. So here your first question is, for how many minutes did Toby stop on his journey into town? So 10:14. Now you can see why I'm saying 10:14, because 10:12 is here, 10:16 is here, and in between definitely it will be 10:14. So from 10:14, okay, from 10:08 to 10:14, so you can subtract your 10:08, okay, from 10:14. So this is 6 minutes. So I will say that the answer for this question is 6 minutes. Now explain what happened at 10:20. Okay, so let us see 10:20. Now this is 10:20. What happened at 10:20? At 10:20 I can see that William and Toby, okay, they are meeting with each other. Okay, they are meeting with each other. So I can say that at 10:20 William and Toby, okay, covered the same distance at, you can say that at 10:20. Time is already given. So the answer for this question will be William and Toby, they meet each other, right? Or they cross each other, or they travel same distance. It is near about more than 2.5 kilometers something. Okay, now C part. Work out how long William took to cycle into town. William, okay, so William, okay, William, we can see that he started at 10:09. He started at 10:09 and he finishes his cycling at here it is somewhere 10:25. So 10:09 to 10:25. So I will say that 10:25 minus 10:09, answer is 16. So work out how long William took to cycle into town. It is 16 minutes. Okay, simple, right? I hope there is no confusion, no doubt. It is clear from this graph that William is starting at 10:09 and he is finishing at 10:24. Now the next question is calculate William's speed in kilometer per hour. Okay, so William's time, we know that it is 16 minutes, and the distance he covered is 4 kilometer. Okay, so distance he covered is 4 kilometer. Now my answer should be in kilometer per hour. So 4 divided by this time 16 minutes, I will convert in hours. So 16 divided by 60 is your hours. Okay, the simplification for this will be 4 times 16 divided by 60 divided by 16. Okay, so 4 times 60, so 60 into 4 divided by 16, your answer will be 15. So here our answer is 15 kilometer per hour. So this is our question number 1. Okay, question number 1, little difficult. Okay, two persons, their distance time graph is given. And using this distance time graph, some questions are asked, simple questions, and we have to answer those questions. Now let us move to question number 2. Okay, so here is question number 2. Okay, now I can see this graph, okay, is taking two turns. So as it is taking two turns, one thing should come in my mind, that this graph could be a cubical curve, okay, degree 3 curve, right? Now the first problem here is find f of 2. Okay, so this is a question with graph, but some function part is also included here. Okay, I have to find out f of 2. Now this 2 is x value, and this f of 2 is this function value, this graph value, or I can say that the y coordinate. Okay, so when x coordinate is 2, I need to find what is y coordinate. So here when x is equals to 2, you can see I will draw a line from here at x is equals to 2, and I will see what will be my y coordinate. So as I can see here, y coordinate is somewhere -3. Okay, this is somewhere -3. So I will say that this f of 2 is equal to -3. My answer here is -3. Okay, the next part is solve the equation fx equal to 0. Now fx equal to 0, fx represents your y coordinate, and you need to find out on this curve where the y coordinate is 0. Okay, where the y coordinate is 0, so it is easy to see that here the y coordinate is 0, here the y coordinate is 0, and at this point the y coordinate is 0. Okay, now here the y coordinate is 0. What is the x value? So x value is -1. Here the y coordinate is 0. Now what is the x value? So between 1 to 2, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, 10 different numbers. So I will say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1.6. Let me write -1. One answer is -1. Other answer is 1.6. And let us see what is the third answer. So third answer here, it is 4. This is 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4. Okay, so 4.4. Next answer is what? 4.4. Now C part. fx is equals to k has three solutions where k is an integer. Find the smallest possible value of k. Okay, now fx equal to k. Fx is your y is equals to k. Now when you say y is equals to k, you have to draw a straight line parallel to x-axis. Definitely in past you have learned this, how to draw y is equal to some number. Okay, now between -1.5 to 5, it is said that fx is equals to k has three solutions, and k is an integer, and I have to find the smallest possible value of k. Okay, so smallest possible value, I have to plot a line parallel to this x-axis, and the value of k should be minimum. That means I will go down, 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 and I will see an integer value where, okay, the line will cut this curve at 3 points, and also the y coordinate is the minimum. So if I consider -8, y is equals to -8, and if I draw a line, you can see that this line is cutting my curve at 1 point here, 1 point here, and 1 point here. Now if I took -9, it is cutting the curve at 1 point only. Okay, I can take -7, it will also cut at 3 point, but as the problem says that I have to find the minimum value of k, so here the minimum value of k, I will say, is -8. Okay, simple. Okay, now the D part on the grid, draw y is equals to mx. so that fx is equals to mx has exactly one solution. Okay, now y is equal to mx. Here if I consider this equation with y is equals to mx plus c, I will understand that the y-intercept is 0. Now y-intercept is 0. This means my line should pass through the origin. So I have to draw a line through the origin, and this line should cut the curve at one point only. So now let us come here with your line. Okay, line should pass through this O and it should cut the curve at one point only. So it's different students may draw different lines. Okay, no problem. I will also draw a line. I will draw a line like this. Okay, so if you see this line, okay, this line, you can see that it is cutting curve at this point, and then as I go down, it will not cut this curve at any other point. Okay, so you will going to draw this line with a scale, so it will be a perfect straight line. For me, I'm doing freehand, so there is some problem in drawing a straight line, but your line will look something like this. Okay, you have to draw line so that it is cutting this curve at one point only. If they ask at 2 point, then you can draw some other line, right? Okay, so this problem is done. Question number 2. Okay, so here we have finished our question number 2. Now question number 2 I will consider is, it's a difficulty level, like if I say number 5 is most difficult, so this problem will lie somewhere between 4 and 5, or I will say that near about 4. Okay, now question number 3. Okay, let us come to question number 3. A curve has equation y is equals to x cube minus kx square plus 1. Okay, a curve has equation y is equals to x cube minus kx square plus 1. When x is equals to 2, the gradient of the curve is 6. Okay, now recall everyone, what is gradient? Gradient, okay, we find by using derivative. So if I differentiate this y function with respect to x, I will get the gradient. Now gradient at what? So gradient at x I will say, and the value of x they have given. So let us first differentiate. Now tell me, what is the derivative of x cube? Yes, it is 3x square. Okay, everyone know the formula we discussed. Derivative of x power n is n times x power n minus 1. Okay, so this formula everyone knows. I am using this formula. Okay, so when y is x cube minus kx square plus 1, I will say that dy by dx is 3x square minus, okay, k I will write as it is because this is a constant, and I will differentiate this x square, which is 2x, and then finally derivative of this 1. So differentiation of this 1 is what? 0, constant. Okay, now in the problem they said that when x is equals to 2, gradient is 6. So I will say that dy by dx at x is equal to 2. Okay, now at x is equals to 2, it will be 3 times 2 square minus k times 2 times x. Now what is x? X is 2. 2 times 2, okay, plus 0, and this will be equal to 6, right? Okay, so therefore the value of k, I will say that this is 4 3s are 12. Okay, minus 6 is equals to 4k. Okay, I hope everyone, okay, is able to solve this linear equation. Now 12 minus 6 is 6, so my value of k is 6 divided by 4. 6 divided by 4 is what? 3 divided by 2. So the value of k is 3 divided by 2, which is equal to 1.5. Okay, so here the question is, show that k is equal to 1.5. Now this is k is equals to 1.5. Okay, so this question number 3a is clear. Here simply we have to differentiate it and put the value of x as 2 that will be equal to 6 gradient. Okay, this is a gradient function. Okay, so this is for 5 marks. Okay, so simple question for 5 marks, right? Now find the coordinate of two stationary point. Okay, again recall what is an stationary point. What is a stationary point? A stationary point is the point where your curve takes a turn. Yes or no? Okay, and how we know, okay, how we know where it is taking a turn? So simply, as wherever the curve takes a turn, if you find, okay, gradient of tangent, it is equal to 0 because this is parallel to x-axis. Okay, so what we do, we will differentiate this. Okay, we will differentiate this. Already we have differentiated here. Okay, the value of k we got 1.5, so already we have differentiated it. It is 3x square minus, now the value of k is 1.5. okay, but no worry, I will differentiate once again. So here dy by dx is equals to 3x square minus 1.5 into 2x, and derivative of 1 is 0. Okay, now for stationary point, okay, for stationary point we know that dy by dx is equal to 0. Now dy by dx equal to 0, this implies that 3x square minus 3x is equals to 0. Okay, you can take 3x common, so it is x minus 3. Okay, x minus 3 is equals to 0. So this gives you x is 0, or it will give you x is equal to 3. Now the value of x is 0 or the value of x is 3, right? Okay, I got the value of x. Now to know the point, I also should know what is y value. So here for x is equal to 0, I will find out y. Now to find y, I will use this equation. Okay, so y is equal to x cube. So as I put x 0 here, my answer for y is going to be 1. So my 1 point is 0 1. Okay, now for other point, for x is equals to 3. Now if you put x is equals to 3, so it is 3 cube which is 27 minus it is 3 square 9 times 1.5 and then plus 1. Okay, so answer is 14.5. So for x is equals to 3, y is 14.5. So x is equals to 3, y is equals to 14.5. Done. Okay, so again for 4 marks I have to work out the stationary point. Now sketch the curve. Okay, so few things. Okay, you know what is stationary point? It is 2 comma 1 0 comma 1, sorry, 0 comma 1. So 0 is here, 1, let us say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and so on. And here let us consider this as 1 2 3 4. Fine. So 0 comma 1 is a point on the curve. 0 comma 1, x 0 y 1. So I have 1 point here. Next 3 comma 14.5. So 3 comma 14.5. Okay, 14.5 will be a point. 3 comma 14.5, let me check once again. 3 cube minus 1.5 into 3 square. Okay, $14.5 only, right? 14.5. So this marking what I'm doing is a little bit not correct, incorrect. Yeah, here instead of 1 2 3, okay, better I will go for some higher values, because for 3 the value is coming 14.5. so 14.5 is somewhere here. Okay, let us consider, or let us consider this is 15. Okay, then in that case 5, 10, 15, this division is more appropriate. Okay, so here I will consider 10 and here I will consider 5. Okay, 5, 10, 15. Now 0 comma 1, 0 comma 1 is one stationary point. Let me just see this once again. Okay, here I am making mistake. Okay, this is my mistake, as I took 3x common, as I took 3x common. Okay, so it is x minus 1. So x is 0 or x is equals to 1. So for x is equals to 0, for x is equals to 0, your y value is 1, and for your x is equals to 1, your y value is going to be, now it is 1 cube minus 1.5. So 1 minus 1.5 plus 1, so it's a 0.5. Okay, so y value is 0.5. Okay, so 0, 1 and 1, 0.5. Okay, so okay, so that means that 1, 2, 3 is perfect, not a problem, because y values are 1 and 0.5. So here if I consider 1, 2, 3, absolutely fine, no worry. Okay, now one point is 0 comma 1 and this is a stationary point. So 0 comma 1, so 0 comma 1 is this point, and 1 comma 0.5, so 1 comma 0.5 will be somewhere here. Okay, so what it indicates that my curve will take one turn at this point and it will take another turn at this point. Okay, now okay, you can find out some more values, like if you take some negative value. So here I can clearly see that if I take a negative value, like if I take say minus 5, okay, minus 5, what will happen? I will get a negative number. Okay, y will be negative. So y will be negative, that means y will be coming somewhere from here. It will take a turn at this point, then it will bend, and again it will take a turn at this point, and then it will go up like this. Okay, so okay, it is not necessary that you plot lot of point. Okay, two turning point and a general idea of the cubical curve will be enough. Okay, that will be enough to plot a curve. Okay, this curve, if I see sketch this curve, okay, the marks is not mentioned here, but definitely this is for 2 or 3 marks. Okay, so turning point, always when the questions are like this where you have a, b, c parts, then you will find that okay, they have some relations. So when I'm solving part C, okay, it might have some relation with part B or part A. Okay, so you have to look for that. Okay, otherwise what you do, you start finding different y values for different x values, and maybe you will not get this accurate curve. Okay, because here the most important thing is your turning point, is your turning point. Okay, fine, right. So this is your question number 3. Okay, again a difficult question. Now let us move to question number 4. Y is equals to 1 upon x. Now you have to sketch. If you check your textbook, in your textbook on one page they have given some standard function. Now y is equals to 1 upon x is also one of the standard function. Here if you see, if I take any positive value of x, definitely y is also positive. That means when x is positive, y is positive, my curve is going to be in the first quadrant. And if I take x negative, your y will also be negative. So that means your curve is entirely going to be in the third quadrant. Clear? Okay. Now one more thing. As x approaches 0, when the x is very, very close to 0, okay, I cannot take 0. Tell me why we cannot take x 0? Because when we take x 0, I have 1 divided by 0 which is not defined. Your calculator cannot find. Okay, y value, it is undefined. So as you are approaching 0, your y value is keep on increasing very large value. Okay, similarly, okay, y also cannot be 0. Okay, when y is 0, when your x is infinite. So practically you can draw a curve which will look something like this. Okay, something like this, or a smooth curve like this. The same thing will goes in the third quadrant as well. So in third quadrant you can have a curve like this. Okay, for x is equals to 1, you will find y is also equal to 1. So 1 comma 1, 1 comma 1, this is 1, this is also 1. 1 comma 1 will be a point on the curve. Similarly, minus 1 comma 1. Okay, so this is minus 1, so this is also minus 1. Okay, so this is your graph of y is equals to 1 upon x. Now the graph of y is equals to 4 upon x. Now again, this is a standard curve. Okay, if you take any negative value for x, your y is going to be positive, because 4 power, any negative value will be 1 upon 4 power that value, right? Okay, so as you keep on decreasing x, a very large negative value, your value of y will be very close to 0. So your graph will be something like this. Okay, now when x is equals to 0, your y value is 4 power 0, which is equals to 1. So suppose this is 1, so your curve will come and it will cross here. Now when x is equals to 1, this is 4, when x is equals to 2, this is 16. So you will find that, okay, this curve is increasing like this. Again, one standard curve. So 2 marks here, 2 marks here, they are, I will say that, freely given to you. Okay, because they are standard curves. In your textbook you already have seen these standard curves. Okay, so super duper easy. Okay, this is your question number 4. Okay, now let us come to question number 5. The grid shows graph of y is equals to a plus b x square. The graph passes through the point with coordinate 0, 4 and 1, 1. Find the value of a and b. Okay, no problem. Now two unknowns are given, a and b, and I have given 2 points. So that those 2 points are sufficient for me. Okay, let us see the graph which is given here. The grid shows the graph. Okay, so graph is for this only. Okay, 2 ways. Either I will use this graph, okay, to locate the points, or simply I use this equation. So I say that for a is equals to a plus b, now x value 0 I will take, right? So this gives me a is equal to 4. So one value I got, a is equals to 4. Now 1 comma 1, so y is 1, a now this time is 4 plus b times it is 1 square. So I will say that 1 minus 4 is equals to b. So the value of b is what? 1 minus 4, which is minus 3. Okay, so a is 4, b is minus 3. You can write your equation. Okay, rewrite your equation here. So you will say that, okay, my equation is y is equals to 4 minus 3x square. 4 minus 3x square. Fine. Write down the equation of the tangent to the graph at 0, 4. Now write down the equation of tangent. Now I got my equation 4 minus 3x square. Now if I differentiate it, dy by dx, okay, what I get? I get minus 6x. Okay, now I am not telling you how to differentiate it. Okay, you already know. Go and revise. So dy by dx is minus 6x. Okay, I have to find out derivative when x is 0. So for x is equals to 0, your dy by dx, this is also equal to 0. Now let us see this on the graph. Okay, on the graph, this is your graph. Now question is, write down the equation of tangent to the graph at 0, 4. So 0, 4 is this point. Okay, now at this point, if I draw tangent, the tangent is going to be a straight line like this, and from here also you can say that its gradient, its slope is 0. It is parallel to x-axis. Parallel to x-axis, your gradient is 0. Okay, so write down the equation of tangent to the graph at 0, 4. Okay, now equation of tangent will be your y is equal to 4. Okay, as your gradient is 0, your y is equal to 4. Now the equation of tangent to the graph at x is equals to -1 is 6x plus 7. Find the equation of tangent to the graph at x is equals to 1. So at x is equals to -1, now this is your x is equals to -1, this point x is equals to -1. If I draw tangent is going to be something like this. Okay, this is what your tangent could be. Okay, so as they are saying that it is crossing this x y axis at some point, say 7. Okay, the equation of tangent they have given, y is equals to 6x plus 7. Now what they want a equation of tangent to the graph at x is equal to 1. Okay, so there are two ways to solve this. Either I use this graph, and okay, at this point 1 I will draw a tangent and figure out what is my slope, right? This is one thing. Other thing is I already have this equation, I already have this dy by dx. Okay, here simply I replace x with 1, so I will say that dy by dx at x is equals to 1 will be -6. So my slope m is equals to what? M is equals to -6. Okay, now I need point x, already I know. So for x is equals to 1, your y will be equal to 4 minus 3 into 1 square is, so 4 minus 3 is what? 1. So your y is also 1. Now in y is equals to mx plus c, if I take y as 1 and if I take m as -6, x as 1, so it is -6 plus c, that will give me the value of c as 1 plus 6, which is 7. Okay, so value of c is 7, value of m is -6. So my equation of tangent will be y is equals to mx, which is -6x plus c, so plus 7. So y is equals to -6x plus 7 is your equation of tangent. Okay, this time this problem, okay, I will consider is very tough problem. Okay, tough problem. For the beginning it is tough, okay, otherwise it is not tough, right? Okay, now the B part. The table shows some values of y is equals to 1 plus 5 divided by 3 minus x. Okay, where x is between -2 to 1.5. Now some values are not given, I have to find those values. So I will replace x with -1. So here it will be 1 plus 5 divided by, now x, if I replace with -1, so 3 plus 1 it will become 4, so 5 divided by 4. So 1 plus 5 divided by 4. 1 plus 5 divided by 4 is 2.25. So here your answer is 2.25. Okay, now 0. When x is 0, it is 1 plus 5 divided by 3. Okay, so your answer is 2.67. Answer is 2.67. Okay, when your answer is x is 1, so it is 1 plus 5 divided by 2. Okay, 1 plus 5 divided by 2. It is 3.5. It is 3.5. Okay, so your curve here. Okay, if I see, okay, these are the values. Fine, complete the table we have done. On the grid, draw the graph. Okay, on the grid. So which grid? Okay, so here only I have to draw. So let me first remove all these lines which already I have drawn. Okay, let us remove. Okay, done. Okay, now on this grid, okay, let us first mark points. So for -2 it is 2. For -2 it is 2. So I will get 1 point over here. Okay, for -2 it is 2. Then for -1.5 it is 2.11. So for -1.5 For minus 1.5 it is 2.11. 2.11. So 2.11 is a point little bit above this 2.11. Then 2.25. Okay, 2.25. For minus 1 it is 2.25. So 2, okay, it is 3. So 2.1 to 2.5 is a point 2.11 to 2.5 somewhere here. Okay, I have one point over here. Okay, next after minus 1 it is minus 0.5, 2.43, minus 0.5, 2.43. So 2.43, 2.1234, 2.43 is a point somewhere here. Okay, then at 0 it is 2.67, 0 it is 2.67, 2.1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 2.67. Okay, so somewhere here. Okay, then for 0.5 it is 3, for 0.5, for 0.5, 0.5, so this is 0.5, so for 0.5 it is 3. Okay, for 0.5 it is 3. Next, for 1 it is 3.5, for 1 it is 3.5, so for 1 it is 3.5, so 3.1 2 3 4 5, 3.5. Okay, and for 1.5 it is 4.33, for 1.5 it is 4.33, this is 4, 4.1 2 3, 4.33 is a point somewhere here. Okay, so I will join them with a smooth curve. Okay, this time it will be difficult for me to draw a smooth curve through these points. Okay, so it will be a curve which is going like this. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so we have drawn this on the grid. Write down the value of x where the two graphs intersect. Okay, so at two values they are intersecting. One point is here. Okay, if I come down, 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 down. Okay, this is minus 1, and between minus 1 and this minus 0.5 I have 1 2 3 4 5 10 lines, na? So this is so each division will be 0.05. So this is 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.75. So minus 0.75, minus 0.75, minus 0.75. This is one value, and the other value of x, okay, let us bring this point down. So this is 0.5, this is 0.55, 0.55. Okay, now here if some student get answer like minus 0.8 or minus 0.7, okay, that will also be considered. Okay, and 0.55 if it is 0.6, okay, or 0.5, that will also be considered. But better you draw proper curve and get the accurate answer. Okay, now the last part. Okay, the answer to part C are two solutions of the cubic equation in terms of x. Find out the equation in the form. Okay, now this equation, if you see, I have solved two equations here. One equation is y is equals to 4 minus 3x square. So I have two equations. One equation is y is equals to 4 minus 3x square, and the other equation is y is equals to 1 plus 5 divided by 3 minus x. Now as these two equations I solve graphically, what I can do, I can replace this y with this value. Okay, so I will say that 1 plus 5 upon 3 minus x is equals to 4 minus 3x square. Okay, now if I cross multiply over here, I get 3 minus x plus 5 whole divided by 3 minus x is equals to 4 minus 3x square. So this 5 plus 3 is 8. So I have 8 minus x. Now this 3 minus x I move on the other side. So it is 3 minus x times 4 minus 3x square. Okay. So 8 minus x will be, now 3 multiplied by 4 is 3 4s are 12. Then minus 3 3s are 9 x square. Then minus x multiplied by 4 is minus 4x. And minus x multiplied by minus 3x square is plus 3x cube. Okay, I don't think that these are something new, multiplication. Okay, so let us rewrite everything. Okay, so wherever you have x cube positive, okay, that side you move everything. So your equation, final equation will be 3x cube minus 9x square. This minus x is going to move on the right side, so it will become plus x. So minus 4x plus x is minus 3x, and then this 8 will move on the other side. So 12 minus 8 is 4 is equals to 0. Okay, so this is your final answer. Here I will write my final answer as 3x cube minus 9x square minus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, so all the difficult problems you are solving here. If you are able to solve these problems, if you are able to understand these problems, the other problems are going to be definitely very easy for you all. Okay, now question number 6. The diagram shows the graph of y is equals to fx, and fx is x square minus 2 divided by x minus 2. Okay, this is how the graph look like. Okay, so you do not have to worry for drawing this graph, it is already given to you. Let us see the question. Use the graph to find f of 1. Okay, now when x is equals to 1, what is y? So when x is equals to 1, I will draw a vertical line like this, and this is my y value, which is minus 3. I will say minus 3. So here f of 1 is what? It is minus 3. Then f of minus 2. Okay, so better first find out f of minus 2. Now f of minus 2 is this value. Okay, and this value is what? This value is 3. So f of minus 2, I will say that f of minus 2 is 3, and therefore f of minus 2 will be f of 3, and f of 3 I have to see. Now f of 3, when x is equals to 3, so when x is equals to 3, your y value is what? Your y value is 6. Okay, when x is equals to 3, okay, x is equals to 3, you can see that this is a point on the graph. Okay, so its y value is what? 6. So f of 3, it is 6. Okay, not a difficult question at all. On the grid, draw a suitable straight line to solve the equation. Okay, now this is the question which I am looking for. On the grid, draw a suitable straight line to solve the equation. Okay, so here this graph is for fx is x square minus 2 by x minus 2. X square, let me write the equation. Okay, x square minus 2 by x square minus 2 by x minus 2. Okay, this is given to you. Okay, this is given to you. Okay, now I have to draw a straight line and solve this equation. Okay, so let us rewrite this equation. That is x square minus 2 divided by x minus 7 is equals to minus 3x. Let us rewrite this equation so that my one side is this part. Okay, so already x square minus 2 by x I have, only I need minus 2. So for minus 2, what I do? I will add 5 here. Same thing will go on the right side. If I add 5 on both the sides, I have x square minus 2 divided by x minus 2 on one side and 5 minus 3x on the other side. So this is y is equals to x square minus 2 divided by x minus 2, one equation, and y is equals to 5 minus 3x is other equation. So y is equals to 5 minus 3x, this is what I have to plot. Okay, so y is equals to 5 minus 3x. Okay, now if you take x 0, you get y is equals to 5. Done. If you take x is equals to say 3, then your y is equals to 5 minus 3 3 is 9 is minus 4. So 0 comma 5 and 3 comma minus 4, these are the 2 points required to plot a straight line. Okay, to draw a straight line, 2 points are sufficient. So 0 comma 5, 0 comma 5 is a point over here, this is 0 comma 5, and the other point is 3 comma minus 4, 3 comma minus 4, 3 comma minus 4, let me use some other pen, 3 comma minus 4, minus 4 is here. Okay, so this is one point, this is other point. Okay, what you have to do, using a scale, you have to simply join these 2 points. Okay, something like this. Okay, what is your question? Your question is, by drawing a suitable you have to solve this equation by drawing a line. So as you draw a line, you have to see where it is cutting the x-axis. Okay, so it is cutting the x-axis at one point which is near about this is 1 2, so somewhere less than 2, 1.9 I will say, 1.9, and the other point here it is 0.12, okay, 0.1 I will say, that minus 0.1 and 1.9, minus 0.1 and 1.9, something like this. Okay, by drawing a suitable tangent, find an estimate to the gradient of the curve at x is equals to minus 2. So at x is equals to minus 2, now here I have to draw a tangent. Now tangent means it will simply touch line at this particular point, so something like this. Okay, again, as you are using your scale, you will be in better position to draw a proper line. Okay, you will be in position to draw a correct line, right? Okay, now once you get a line, okay, take 2 points on this line. Say I took 2 points as these 2 points, or take this point and this point. So you have one point as minus 3 comma 6 and the other point as minus 2 comma 3, minus 2 comma 3. Now you have to find what you have to find the estimate of gradient. Okay, so gradient, so equation of gradient is what? Y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now here y2 minus y1, if you do, it is 3 minus 6 upon x2 minus x1. If you do, it is minus 2 plus 3. So 3 minus 6 is minus 3 upon it is 1. So minus 3 is your answer. Okay, so minus 3, somewhere minus 3 will be your answer. Minus 3, right? This is for 3 marks. Okay, so we are here at the end of this question. Complete the table. Okay, so if you put x is equals to minus 3, so minus minus it will become plus. So 2 power 3 is 8, 2 power 2 is 4, 2 power 1 is 2, 2 power 0 is 1, and then this is 0.5, this is 0.25, this is 0.125. Okay, on the grid, draw the graph of y is equals to gx. Okay, on the same grid I have to draw this 2 power minus x. So from 8 I will start and I will end at 0.125. So 8 will be a point somewhere here. So from here you have to start and you have to end at 0.125. For 3 it is 0.125, somewhere here. Okay, so your curve will be going, and for 0 it is 1, so it will cross this point. Okay, so your curve, okay, let me check with some other pen. Okay, so this curve will go like this and it will be like this. Okay, it will be a curve. Done. Using your graph, use your graph to find a positive solution to the equation fx equal to gx. So this is y is equals to gx, this is gx, and y is equals to fx. Where is your fx? This is your fx. I have to find a positive solution. So positive solution is where? This is the positive solution. Okay, so x is equals to 2. X is equals to 2 is your positive solution. Okay, you have one negative solution, one positive solution. So x is equals to 2, x is equals to 2 is your positive solution. Okay, these type of questions definitely you might not get in your textbook, but unfortunately in your board exams sometimes these kind of questions are also asked. Okay, now once you solve this particular problem, or I will say that these problems, once you solve these problems, I'm sure that around 75% of the graphical problems you can handle. For 25%, little more practice, little more problems. Okay, so let us stop here and I will see you next time with some other topic. Thank you.